Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Biome Exile SMP. In today's episode, we are going to be starting a smaller section of a very large project which I have talked about before, and that is going to be the slime farm over here. So for you that do not know, there is right off the shore of our island is a quad slime chunk. Actually, if I'm being perfectly honest, it's actually got like 7 or so in the like 3x3 area, but these are a 2x2 square over here of slime chunks, and I have yet to get all the resources to build the wall that I need to put around here, because the plan is to make the wall out of dark prismarine, and that is basically, I think, most likely the most expensive block on the server to produce at the moment. Because of you have to get ink sacs and prismarine, and it's a pain. But what I've done is this is the actual chunk border. So I think if I press F3 and G, you should be able to see. Oh, well, rather, this is the corner of the next chunk. So this chunk in, that chunk, that chunk, and that chunk are all slime chunks. And then I've gone out, I think it's 5 blocks in total, and we're going to have a wall here, so we have a little bit of space to mess around with anything else we want to do. If we want to have some item elevators or anything like that in the future, we have that space available. But what I want to do today is, as you can see, I found out where the center is. It is because it's by chunks and stuff, it's going to be a 2x2 center thing. And what I've done is I have put some 2x2 of glass here, because I need some glass because I'm going to put down a beacon. But what I want to do today is go a few blocks down. So I've, in this case, gone 2 blocks down because I want to go 2 blocks under the gravel, because otherwise the gravel will fall in. So we want to go like 2 or 3 blocks below like the minimum level. So this is the minimum level here, which is 45. So we'll go to like 43 or something like that. 42 maybe. And we will cut everything from 43-ish or 42, whichever one we decide, down to level 5Y down, and we're going to cut all that out, you know, cobblestone, or not a cobblestone, but we're going to mine it all out, the stone, ores, etc, etc. Hopefully we don't really see much lava. I've got a beacon, I've got some stuff for the beacon base, so 2 stacks and 36 should be enough. I have some ladders, I have some chests, and I've got some trapdoors, because the plan is first, I want to go to these corners, and I want to set down some trapdoors on each corner bit, so I know which specifically corner block it is. So if I do that, I can sort of jump down here or mine down here to Y5 and stuff like that, and same with all the other ones. So what I'm going to go quickly do is this, and then I think I'm going to mine down, do a layer or 2 so we can set up the beacon, which is going to be in the center. And once we've done the beacon, we can really start to go to town with this, and it should be super quick, hopefully, and, you know, we can get through this quickly. And the hope is that we can actually start getting some slime out of this, because this is still slime chunks and will operate as such. So we will be able to make or get some slime. It just won't be as efficient as an actual farm is going to be. So yeah, I'm going to quickly set up a beacon, and I will see you right after that. Okay, so the beacon has got haste 2 on it. It is all up and running. I've got some ladders going up through here, and the water obviously can't come through because of the ladder. And now it looks like we are ready to start mining. So if you realized, I had to go down to Y of 5 in order to do that. And the reason why is, as we mentioned with beacons before, it has an infinite range upwards, but it does not have an infinite range downwards. The range down is actually 50. And although I think that would be fine, yeah, it would go down to, in theory, like -5. It's only 40 blocks down. I prefer to, you know, make sure that it's all working. So yeah, we got this down here. It also, I think, is just better because it means we can have sort of a baseline for our Y. Well, this is Y6, but Y5 is our lowest thing. So what we can do now is start mining, and I'm hoping to get quite a lot of ores out of this, because I need a lot more gold to get all the dark prismarines still. I've only got about 2,249. So I am roughly halfway, just under halfway. I think I need like 5,700-ish gold in order to afford all the dark prismarine, but we have about 4 stacks worth that we were given. We just have to get the ink sacs for that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly mine out this area. I'm not going to time-lapse or anything. It is literally just going to be me mining a big hole in the ground. I don't think it's really worth showing off in a time-lapse or anything like that. It's not too interesting. So, yeah, I'm going to go on to that. I'm going to go to all 4 corners, make sure I dig down to Y5. hopefully not die with lava, which means I probably should get a fire resistance potion, or just not be stupid and not dig straight down. And yeah, hopefully this will work out pretty good. It's probably going to be a bit of a shorter episode because it's just going to be like, oh, let's dig this out and see if it works sort of thing. And once it does, that's all we've got to do because I haven't got the materials to do the rest of the build yet, unfortunately. And it's going to take a very long time because we've got to clear out all this water, which is really, really not something I'm looking forward to. But either way, I'm going to go mine, and I'll see you in a minute. I wonder how many times I'm going to have to come over to the Ender farm just to repair my tools. I've done, like, the bottom layer up to level 5, 2 layers, that is, and my pickaxe was pretty much dead, so I'm having to come over here to the Ender farm. Glad I made it. Someone else seems to have come over and started using it as well, considering the amount of ender pearls are here. I still have to... Oh, I'm taking those, definitely, and that's where that went. I wonder where all this stuff went to. But yeah, I do need to clear this out a bit, but we'll get to that in a bit. Also, I should probably not be using my flame sword, because just generally, it's not a good idea. So, yeah. Need to repair that, and I also have a plan for which layers I'm going to exempt from being mined out, and I'll get to that when we actually get back to the actual area, and I keep on forgetting to switch tools, god damn it. Okay, so we repaired our pickaxe now, and we are back at the slime farm, and we have to look specifically at some Y levels now. So you can see we're Y10 or Y9, depending on where we are at the moment, and in this farm, the layers that we're going to have to keep, I didn't mean to actually do that, let's get those back. The layers that we have to keep are for the jack-o'-lanterns, which is the block that slimes are going to spawn on because it emits light. Slimes don't need any specific light level, or they don't stop spawning after a certain light level in slime chunks, so we can have it so nothing else spawns but slimes, which is pretty good. And the jack-o'-lanterns are going to be at Y39, 34, 29, 24, 19, 14, and 9. Now, the problem there is we can't just leave those layers out, because we have to leave out 38, 33, 28, 23, 18, 13, and 8. And the reason for that is because jack-o'-lanterns require you to place it on top of another block. So I could place a jack-o'-lantern here, but I can't place a jack-o'-lantern on the side of here or the side of this wall, because it has to have a block underneath it in order for it to be placed, which means we are going to have to take out we're going to take out, let's say, Y39 and not 38, so we can then place the jack-o'-lanterns on top of 38 when we're done, so that we have 39 as the jack-o'-lanterns, and then take away Y38 after the fact. So, yeah, what I'm going to do now is, I guess we can go to the top of here. We have our Y, our X, Y, and Z at the top of here. We're going to go to 38, or 39 more likely, because it should actually be more of a case of doing that. There we go. So, there we go. So we're going to go to Y38, and that is then going to be, we are going to place the jack-o'-lantern on top of here when we're done. So that's 38. Then we need, what was it, 33? 33. Nope, 34 apparently. 33. Then, it's a lot more difficult on ladders than I remember. Then we need 28, which is there. These ladders are really screwing me up. There's 23, so it's actually more likely that. 23, yep. So you have to go like one block underneath on the ladder, because it's like doing weird degrees and stuff. 18, so that's these block here. And then 13, which is going to be here. And then 8, which is this set of stuff here. So here is 8, so we'll do that one later. So yeah, I'm going to have to just tear this entire thing down again. I'll make sure I keep these layers, obviously, and then after that, we'll be done with this bit for the moment. Stuff will still spawn, so I might actually still light this up, so it is a manual farm for the moment, so we can, stuff will spawn in here. I'll light it up so that only slimes spawn, and slimes will spawn then, and we will be able to kill some, and hopefully maybe that can help us work on some other projects before we actually 100% finish this build, because it's going to take a long time. So yeah, I need to get more torches if that's the case, because I don't actually have any, really. I have 41 left, but luckily I have a ton of coal and charcoal from the from just general things, more coal really from just the Wither skeleton farm, because they drop it, so I should have enough to make quite a lot of torches and light this thing up and get it semi-working by the end of today. So I'm going to get all that done, and I'll see you in a second. Well, it looks like we have our first friend here. We have our first slime, it looks like, which is nice. Who's then going to split into 3, and we're going to get 9 from that, again, using our looting. Both of our swords have looting, so yeah, that's not really too much of an issue there. But yeah, we only have done, or I've only got part way through the first proper layer, I guess, that we have, which is Y13. I've found some diamonds. I'm not actually going to do that until I get to the end, because as you can see, I was just full inventory, and I don't want to accidentally like not pick it up or anything like that. I want to make sure that everything gets picked up. And speaking of which, I should go and get those torches, shouldn't I? But yeah, making some nice progress here, I think. So everything's going pretty well. So that's alright. And I just have to carry this on for pretty much forever now. It's going to take a while, but we're eventually getting there, I think. Okay, so roughly 8-ish hours later, with breaks, we have now finished this entire thing. Well, the bottom half, that is. But before we go and have a look at that, I want to quickly have a look at our iron, because obviously us working here means we're in range of this thing, which means we have been gaining iron this entire time. Admittedly, sometimes I haven't been logged on in my breaks, but, you know, we should have a decent amount in here. So I think we had 4 to 5 to 6-ish stacks in here when I first looked at it before the project began. So I wonder how much we have in there a few hours later. Let's have a look. I haven't actually looked yet, but 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that looks like pretty much nearly 2 stacks of iron blocks, which is actually pretty cool, and I'm glad, because I had to rip out the beacon in there, in near the end portal, to actually make the beacon base for this one. So having more iron just generally helps with beacons, and I still need to complete the, I think it's 10 more beacons at spawn I need to do. So yeah, I'm gonna need quite a few blocks of iron to do that, but let's go down here and have a look at what we've done. It's pretty simple. I've just cleared out all the area. As you can see, my pickaxe has been thoroughly used. The amount of times I've been to the end in just today is insane. And look who we have here. As you can see, also, I have like over 3 stacks right now of slime, and that is because I've had to kill some of these guys from like the big things, you know, big sizes, because they do seem to spawn pretty big a lot of the time. But we have a looting 3 sword, obviously, in both cases, so we're actually getting a few. We actually just got 20 out of that one there, so that's pretty cool. And as I said, it can be used as sort of a semi-auto or more manual farm. Yeah, at the moment. Later on, when we add all the killing mechanism and stuff, we'll be able to obviously do this without increasing our kill count on the server, which is actually, I was about to say, just about to go over 19,000. But apparently we killed 2 at once, I guess, because of sweeping, not even sweeping edge, just the swiping. We can't even use sweeping edge because it's apparently too expensive to add to this sword, and it would be its 7th enchantment, which is pretty interesting. I kind of want to see if I can actually get, if I don't have to combine any books or anything, or if I have a book with 2 things on it, maybe if there's a way I can actually get sweeping edge on this without it being too expensive at all. But as you can see, yeah, we cleared this place out. There's a few holes in the ground, but I will quickly fix those later. We have the stone to do it, obviously. And the reason there's so many holes in the ground is because just before I... well, just after I cleared the actual thing out, I went and took all the ores out the walls and out the floor and stuff, and I guess I didn't, you know, replace those all back. But as you can see, we have quite a lot of obsidian, iron, gold, redstone, lapis, and even a few diamonds laying around. There we go. So yeah, and a lot of coal as well. Plentiful stuff, and diamonds is actually the only thing out of here which we can't obtain in any other way. So I might actually hold on to the diamond ore, because we can hold on to these ores, be fine. We can get the redstone from trading, gold from pigmen, iron from the iron farm, lapis from trading, and coal from the wither skeleton farm. So in, you know, in terms of everything, it might be cool to keep some diamond ore behind, because we don't really need it, because I haven't died in ages, don't think I am going to for a while, and also a majority of the stuff that I might lose and use a lot, like diamond swords and pickaxes and stuff, we can just trade for, which is the entire point of one of our shops, which still has to get done, and I know a few people want that to be fixed fairly soon and sorted out, so we'll have to get on to that at some point. But yeah, that's actually going to be it for now, I think. Just, as I said, a quick sort of episode getting through this. I say quick, took me roughly 8 hours, but you know, in the end, not too much done, but it's very, very close to, as soon as we have enough dark prismarine, we will be getting on to actually building this thing, which will be nice. So I actually have to really get on top of that now, to either afford it or be able to at least help out with some ink on the way. So, yeah, it's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one where we might start doing the shop properly if I get the villager trader, or if, or the unbreaking book that I need from the villager. And after that, or if that doesn't happen, if I can get enough gold or ink sacks to help out with getting some dark prismarine, we might finish this off and actually get it started and working, which will be pretty interesting, I think. So, thanks for watching. As I said, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.